What's up, guys? We have made it to July of 2024. And if you just watched the previous one, June, incredible, right, guys? 5 mega events in June, 2 pay-per-views. One of the greatest months, I think, in the history of the UFC. But we got into July. And July is a weird time. July, a lot of people are traveling. July 4th, summer, things are going on. So I feel like in almost all sports, they try to back up a little bit. But there's one epic pay-per-view, 2 other events, a fight night, and then an Apex show. So let's get started right in the first. They skip that first week. They give everyone off the July 4th weekend. We go July 13th, UFC Denver. They go back to Denver, and they get main headlined by Rose Namajunas, future UFC Hall of Famer, versus Tracy Cortez. All right, for a UFC Denver show, like I said, when we get these fight nights like in Tampa or Louisville, a couple other fight nights, when they pop, you understand why. This one was good. It just wasn't great. Wasn't bad by any means, but Rose wins via unanimous decision. Probably the thing that jumped off the screen when I checked back this card was Gene Silva. I'm telling you, the fighting nerds, they just keep winning. I told you this in January and every month since. Gene Silva TKOs Drew Dober. That's the moment that I would watch back on this card. So Gene Silva gets a big win. The bonuses, Silva and Dober both get a bonus. Charles Johnson and Montel Jackson get a bonus. But Rose Namajunas gets back in the win column. I think she's like 1-3 or 1-4. This is that one win. So this is a big win for her. She defeats Tracy Cortez. All right, we go to the next week, July 20th. We go into the Apex, into another female fight. Verna Janadrova versus Amanda Lemos. Verna gets a second round armbar on Amanda Lemos. And guys, I'm real with you. I'm straightforward. I think I'm honest to you. This was a bad card. This was a bad Apex card. There's been some Apex cards that pop, multiple building of fighters, big names, heavyweight guys, just stuff to keep getting back in the career. Like guy like a Dominic Reyes, right? This didn't have a lot of that at all. The biggest other win on this card was Steve Garcia. Bonuses. Verna gets a bonus for that submission main event win. Steve Mean Machine Garcia. Steve Mean Machine Garcia. Say that 4 times fast. Gets a bonus. Brandon D. Silva and Hydra Amil. It's a weak one. Right in the middle of the month. They do 3 weeks in a row. They give us the first week off. 13 Denver. 20th was the Apex in July 27th. The last event of the month, we get UFC 304 in Manchester, England. A lot of things I want. This is the card to talk about. This is the card that's going to get the time from me on it for July of 2024. Maybe the main thing that's this card's remembered for or talked about or debated about, when they do mega pay-per-view cards, usually in Abu Dhabi, they switch it like they do later in the year. When Ilya fights Max Holloway, they do it at night in Abu Dhabi. So here, I'm a Florida guy in the East Coast. It was on at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, something of that nature. This card, they had it in the pay-per-view East Coast time stream, right? So 10 p.m. Florida time, this pay-per-view started. So that means Manchester at 4 a.m. this card was started. Something of that nature. It was very hectic. Fighters did not like it. Prelim fighters were fighting in the middle of the night. The fans were there. It's just one of those kind of weird different things. But UFC 304, Manchester, England. We have a new welterweight champion. Bilal Muhammad defeats Leon Edwards via unanimous decision. Dominates. One of the most dominating UD victories for an new champion. He puts it on him, stops the run of Leon Edwards. I think we're going to see Leon back in England on a fight night in 2025. But Bilal Muhammad and new. Also, another one, I'm kind of lost in this. Tom Aspinall, the interim heavyweight champion, knocks out Curtis Blades in the first round. I said this about Islam last month. Guys, this was the one and only time we saw Tom Aspinall fight. He's our interim champion. It's kind of wonky. He fought late at the end of 2023. They had to figure out the whole Jones thing. So he fought one time. He won in a minute. Guys, Tom Aspinall fought 1 minute in 2024. So it is what it is. Also, Paddy Pimblett, maybe the the moment of the card, especially for people over there in England. Paddy Pimblett submits Bobby Green in the first round. Great submission. Shout out to Paddy Pimblett. Also wins on the main card RoboCop Gregory Rodriguez and Arnold Allen. Another little fun thing, guys. This is Mokaev defeats Cap. They had a bit of rivalry, kind of wonky press conference, stuff behind the scenes. Mokaev is an undefeated flyweight fighter. This is his last fight in the UFC. He wins, defeats Cap, and is bootlegged out of the UFC. So pretty wild that Mokaev, an undefeated fighter, is not on the main card and he wins and they don't sign him back. So bonuses, remember it was $200,000 bonuses. Paddy Pimblett, Tom Aspinall, and Mick Markin. But guys, Bilal Muhammad is a new world welterweight champion. Tom Aspinall retains his interim champion. Never thought you would say that out loud. So July was a wonky month. They had a UFC Denver show. Good show. Very good show. A lot of good fights on it. Good fighters getting wins. A very integral part of 2024. That Apex show the next week, kind of forgettable. And this pay-per-view was right in the middle. Had some really highlights and new champion with Bilal. Aspinall, one of the biggest names in the business. Paddy Pimblett, one of the biggest names in the business. But remember, it just felt weird that the time was off. And also, let's just be honest, it just came off two of the bigger pay-per-views of the year. 3 in a row, right? 300, 301, and 302. All to me pretty iconic. And this was like 304. It was just a little lackluster. So we are promised fireworks here in America in July. This month, honestly, for the UFC, did not give it to us. Maybe one of the weaker months of the year, but it came off the best month of the year, so it is what it is. July 2024 is officially in the books. I'll see you guys in August, next month, August 2024.